Speaking of freedom, let's talk about another freedom, and that's the freedom of the press and the fact that we have some news that it's under assault. You'll remember last week when we discussed how the Department of Justice and the FBI claimed that they did not need to get a warrant when they got your digital communications, your emails, Facebook messages, private direct tweets, and digital phone communications. They said that, well, ladies and gentlemen, the Associated Press is reporting that Barack Obama's Department of Justice has apparently secretly obtained over 2 months of phone records from the Associated Press. That's right, they apparently got 2 months of records secretly of reporters and editors, and this is actually really frightening stuff, folks. I'm going to read from the AP here, reading from the Associated Press, quote, "The records obtained by the Justice Department listed incoming and outgoing calls and the duration of each call for the work and personal phone numbers of individual reporters, general AP office numbers in New York, Washington, and Hartford, Connecticut, and the main number for AP reporters in the House of Representatives press gallery, according to attorneys for the AP." End quote. That's frightening stuff. That is frightening stuff, folks. I mean, so they got a lot of records here. We're talking about a lot of phone records. These are a lot of different records from a lot of different places. The president of the AP, a man named Gary Pruitt, released a statement where he said, quote, "There can be no possible justification for such an overbroad collection of the telephone communications of the Associated Press and its reporters. These records potentially reveal communications with confidential sources across all the news-gathering activities undertaken by the AP during a 2-month period. They provide a roadmap to the AP's news-gathering operations and disclose information about AP's activities and operations that the government has no conceivable right to know." End quote. And Gary Pruitt is absolutely right. He is totally right. They really do have no conceivable right to know all of that information. They have no conceivable right to secretly get that information, but they did it anyway. They did it anyway. And again, they did it entirely in secret. Now, normally, when authorities are looking for information from a news organization, and that does happen, it's happened in the past, it does happen, what normally happens is they approach the news organization, and then they actually file papers, and then these narrow negotiations occur about trying to get a specific piece of information from a journalist because, again, the press is very important. We have this whole amendment about the press. You know, the press is actually, mentioned in the Constitution. It is there. That's a very, very core value of our country. That did not happen in this instance. That did not happen. It's not clear if they got a warrant for the records. It appears that they just got a subpoena. That is not entirely clear if they actually went to a judge. But if they don't think they need to go to a judge to get emails, I don't see why they would go to a judge to get these phone records. People are saying that the DOJ is most likely looking for the source of an AP story that about this Yemeni terror plot that happened in 2012, a story that the AP actually held at the bequest of the Obama administration and the CIA until the Obama administration was going to announce it themselves. And look, we talk a lot on this show about the Obama administration's, sick and hypocritical war on whistleblowers. We talk about that a good deal, and now it doesn't just look, it has extended into not just a war on whistleblowers, but a war on the press itself. This is chilling stuff. It is a chilling attack on the First Amendment. And again, it's not like they went to the AP and said, we need this specific bit of information, that they were narrowly looking for one tiny contact. They got the records of what looks like ultimately, hundreds of people used these phone lines. It was the whole entire AP gallery at the House of Representatives who they called. This is a lot of people that actually, even though what they were looking for was probably would it be like 5 reporters that ultimately this information is held, the records they got actually encompass up to, hundreds of potential people. That's chilling. It is chilling stuff here, folks. If the press, if the media cannot keep its sources from the government, if the press cannot operate without secret surveillance from the government, folks, if they can't and we do not have a free press in the United States.